Hey everybody, thank you for coming to join this video. This video is just going to be a quick overview of my sketchbook. I hope you really enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, great. So this is the sketchbook that I was talking about. It's a Strathmore drawing, the 400 series, 160 pages. I just wrote in 2017 to 2018 because I got it in December 2017 and I'm finishing it now December 4th, December 2nd, December 2nd I'm pretty sure the date is, and so I just filled this up from that time. I actually put it down for about like 7 months, actually no, probably longer. I put it down, so I was working in this up until February of this year, 2018, and then I put it down till about, October? November? I'm gonna say October, November. It was when I picked it up again, so a good fucking, I don't know how many months that is, 9 months or so in between working on it. So it, realistically, I could have done it in like 3 months, if that, probably like 2. Yeah, also, before I start, these are actually the materials I use through it all. It's just some a Stedler Mars Lunograph Black. I find they're the best type of graphite pencil, the Mars Lunograph. So those ones, if you're looking for a good graphite pencil, I do recommend this one. That's for sure. Also, a meetable eraser is what is if you're not using one, what the fuck are you doing? And then, you know, General's charcoal pencils. Generally I use General charcoal pencils. Generally I use the soft, but I also got the medium, which is this one here. So medium's a bit harder. It's not mixable as much as the soft is. The soft is a bit movable, a bit more flexible, but work with both of them, so you can sort of clean up things with the medium and mix things with the soft. They're a nice combo to have. And then willow sticks, which is just charcoal sticks, are a lifesaver because they cover a lot of ground really quickly. These are what they end up looking like after you've used them down to a point. Fantastic. Always gonna have a what are they called? Little blade thing, so you can sharpen up your pencils. You know, you never want to use fucking use this shit ever, because you'll get like a really slow range and then you always have to keep sharpening. The thing that's great about using a knife is that you can get a lot off and get it to a nice solid point where you can use it for long periods of time and get a sharper edge. Clips hold the book open, very useful. A little soft bristle sort of brush, so you can sort of mix the charcoal or blend it off or blend it on, blend it in, you know, really handy to use. So those are all the materials. Oh, also black erasers, good for getting like sharp sort of erase bits into it. Bit better than a meetable eraser for those hard edges you'd like to create. Anyways, as I get into this, I want you all to know that this is no way should you use a sketchbook like this, especially towards the end. You shouldn't be using a sketchbook like this. What I've done with this sketchbook is sort of made it a bit more like a nice little drawings that I can throw up on the Instagram, which cover a couple of pages. What you want to be doing in a sketchbook, and the most you can get out of a sketchbook by doing so, is by doing little studies through it all. Different little studies on pages and different studies and multiple studies, and using up this place that you can do like rough work in, and not have it be a place where you do finished work, which is what I did for some drawings. But yeah, as I get into this, I want you to keep that in mind, that this is in no way should you use a sketchbook like this. Anyways, so this is back in December 2017. I like to write my name on a lot of things. So you got a couple of drawings. Nothing great, that's for sure. You're gonna hear me throughout this talk about how dog shit a lot of this looks. Like, oh my god, I don't even know. Looks crazy. I mean, some of them aren't too bad. I mean, this isn't. That's all. Yeah, it's all shit, really. I'm doing a lot of these drawings from just Instagram pictures. You can see I've started to use charcoal in here, and some chalk as well, which is that color. So this is still 2017. Some Jeremy Mann, I think, sketches that I'm copying. Some more Instagram sketches. Just more basic sketches. Now this is what you want to be doing with your sketchbooks. You want to be doing little shitty studies like this, you know, but have that everywhere. You know, that's the best use of a sketchbook, not fucking this. This is atrocious. But anyways, forget about that. Some more shitty sketches. I'm gonna try and not bag myself out too much, although I'm pretty critical about myself. This was one that I really liked and enjoyed. This is a Caesar Santos drawing that I saw in one of his sketchbooks on a Stan Prokopenko video on YouTube. I saw it for a split second, and then I paused the video, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I want to copy that. And so I paused it, took a screenshot, blew it up on fucking Microsoft Paint, and sort of made out what I could from that sketch, and this is what you see before you. Trying to add some more color to some things, being a bit more dynamic to some drawings, seeing what that's like. Some more head study things, playing with some tape, I think I was, seeing what that looks like. Some more, these are all been in graphite, really. These are all graphite. I'm not a big fan of graphite. Oh, these are, I'm out in Dungog. This is out actually sitting in a sort of countryside, sketching some cows and stuff. Some cows that were out there. This one cow actually came right up to me, and his face was right there, so I sketched his face out for as much time as he allowed me to. Still in some graphite drawings. More graphite, some little pencil stuff. Okay, so this is where I picked it up again. So this whole chunk that just went through, this was back in February of this year, alright? So you just saw just February, well, December to February of 2018, from 2017 to 2018. Really not doing a lot of work, just picking it up every now and again, because I really dislike the size of this book. As you can see, my hand's pretty much the same size as this book, so it's a really small book. I really like to work big, sort of large things, because I'm a bigger dude, so I like to have something that's bigger than me, not something I'm like really meticulous about. But this was great because it was a good challenge for me. Alright, so picked it up. Yeah, November 2018. This is when I picked it up again. Sorry, this wind is pretty crazy. Had to shut the door there. So November the 6th is when I picked it up again. So all that, last time I touched it was in February, November. So a lot of time has passed. This is Jordan Peterson in graphite. This is a Jeremy Mann. If you don't know, is an incredible artist. I actually own his sketchbook, so it was fucking incredible to flick through that. You can buy that on his website. This is one of his drawings that I sketched out and copied. This is all in graphite. And keep in mind, I'm using graphite and I'm doing small because I dislike both graphite and small. So I want to get used to that, and I want to get comfortable with it. I don't want to just be angry about it. I actually used charcoal for this one. Little hand, somebody reading. I think it was based off of another painting that I saw. Can't remember who it was. So this was generally graphite, and then I used charcoal over the top, and then I used charcoal all over the back. I've sealed this page, like I sealed most of them. You can see that it still comes off pretty well, but generally it's all sealed with a fixative that you can buy in just your local art store. This was a painting. I wrote about that painting on my Instagram. If you want more information, I've posted most of these on my Instagram, and in the captions, if you read that, you can get some more information about those drawings, which I won't go into now, otherwise we'll have a 30-minute long video. So yeah, I'm using my charcoal in here. I'm starting to be like, oh, I can use my charcoal in these little sketchbooks without it going fucking everywhere. That's what I was kind of worried about, was using charcoal in these sketchbooks, and worried about it going everywhere. Yeah, so more charcoal, and then you can see these big sort of sweeping lines. That's with these willows that you can cover a lot of ground with really easily, and then be meticulous with the pencils and stuff in there. It's really great, sort of mix and match stuff like that, but it's all charcoal, so it works out. Some more charcoal stuff. You can see how everything's sort of blended along here. You can get that sort of effect by using one of these things. When you put down the charcoal, you can sort of blend it back into the paper really nicely with this. Be careful not to overuse it. I got one that I overused it in this before, later on, that I'll show you. I'll make sure to mention that. But yeah, some more charcoal studies. This is actually my girlfriend, Avalon. She was just waking up, and she was in her room, and I took a photo. I didn't have the sketchbook, so I just took a photo of her and sketched her later. So she loves her dressing gowns. This is a Jeremy Mann sketch that I copied using charcoal. I think he usually uses graphite, but I use charcoal for this to get that sort of tonal range. Just because charcoal is a lot more malleable and get a lot more tonal range from it. I enjoy it a lot more. Little cat one I saw on Instagram. I enjoy drawing animals as well. I think it's great to be versatile, not just drawing people. I mean, people can get it pretty boring after a while, so you want to sort of break that up for yourself to keep yourself sane. So yeah, little cats with his kitten cuddling there. Yeah, another little graphite one I tried to start and just kind of got bored of it and just didn't want to finish that. Oh, this is one I did on my live stream. I saw a few people on Instagram painting with oils in their sketchbooks. So I decided, oh yeah, okay, I'll paint with oils in my sketchbook too. And so that's what I did here. You gotta seal the paper though first with gesso, and gesso is this sort of stuff, gesso primer. What that does is it seals the paper so that the oil paint doesn't sink through and doesn't come through the other side too much in the beginning. I mean, it eventually will. It's not archival, but it's still fun little study things that you can do. My live stream's up on my Facebook. If you want to watch that, me create this painting here, you can watch that. It's on my Facebook. That one's not. I did that after the live stream. Not missing a page, am I? Nope. Another little charcoal drawing. You can see you get nice and meticulous with using the medium. Oh, that's the soft, but you use the medium pencil, get a little bit meticulous with it, and then use the soft to come back in and soften things out. You know, they just hold, mix and match, great stuff. Some more charcoal. Sort of playing with the beard here, seeing if I can get it soft to sort of dark and how that plays with other things. Again, if you want to know more about these drawings, most of them are on my Instagram. You find out more info on them. Another charcoal one. Do you see the sort of range the charcoal gives you? It's fantastic. Little charcoal sketch there. This one's of my my lifelong friend Michael. Both these photos were taken of him. A friend of mine, Benjamin Murphy. He's got an incredible Instagram. He's an incredible photographer. I just wanted to do like quick little SketchUps. Play with the sort of light hitting Michael's face on this one. I love that. See how these light sort of hits his face as it does the background and then his shadow, and those sort of lights streaming through those shadows behind him. I found that really interesting. I really like that. And that was just like a quick little sketch up of one of his photos. Fucking dog shit leopard that I started, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm bored of it. I tried to sketch my girlfriend again, Avalon. I hated it, so just got rid of it. A nice little charcoal one. See the nice range, and you can come back into that charcoal. See how there's little lines there? You come back in with a meetable eraser, sort of meet it to be like that, and then you can sort of get those sort of nice wispy sort of lines on it. Keeping my tonal range really controlled, really nice. Yeah, I like this one. I like how the sort of white behind it pops it. It's great. Usually you use the black behind it to sort of pop it. So I was playing with that a little bit, using this the most sort of dark and all this, so that white pops it instead of the other way around. So that was really interesting to do. Try another little Instagram drawing thing. It's interesting. Nothing really to say. This was like a little upside down photo that I saw on Instagram, which was nice. I like the light streaming in on her face. I posted it like this, so that'll probably look more familiar. But it's really like this. I was kind of didn't know which way to post it, but you can see it now. That's interesting. So yeah, I really like the light on that face. So it's really good. I like that sort of interesting sort of stream light. Oh, this is another example of how you can use this too much. So I ended up using that too much to sort of bring too much charcoal onto that face. Darkens that face a whole lot. You can't really, it doesn't come through on the camera too much, but it's really dark. This was another portrait I was like, don't really dig. Playing around with some charcoal, different textures, little shitty face. Another shitty face. I'm gonna probably paint over that one. Another shitty face, but playing with the background there was what's important to me. I was seeing how I could play with that. Little nice painting study there. Another sort of photo reference study. Really just quickly sort of, these are both really quick. I mean, most of my drawings throughout this whole thing are like 30 minutes to an hour. So all of them are really quick. And some are like 5 minutes. Like these two were only like 30 minutes each. Trying to do some graphite things. Yeah. This one I'm actually going to come back and sort of gesso that and paint that face, because I like the painting. I hate my drawing. This was interesting. Wanted to see what I could do with that red shit drawing there. Interesting with the background was what interested me here. Yeah. Some graphite drawings. Seeing what I could do with the graphite. Really interesting. I like the sort of shadow underneath him. It's cool. Actually, this is the same guy. I saw his Instagram and I was like, oh, okay, he's got some nice portrait stuff you can study from. It's so good to use Instagram as a sort of medium that you can find those photos and create nice studies from. Same guy again. Nice little study, portrait studies. Both really quick, not really thinking about it much. All this sort of stuff created by using one of the willow sticks, sort of going along, putting down a lot of stuff on top of it, and then coming back and then drawing into it, bringing it forward, making something of it. Yeah, it's really interesting. Nice little charcoal drawing of a chef. Same thing. These two, same thing as that. Using that sort of charcoal, laying down, and then taking away with the meetable eraser, and then coming back in and redrawing things. Really interesting to do. Some charcoal sketches. Nothing too serious. Drew like a deer elk thing in front of a mountain range, but I just like to focus on his head, which is really interesting. Getting kind of bored of drawing people, so I drew some few animals. This is a nice panda, red panda. Really love red pandas. They're just fucking sickest looking things. And then a little cat there. Really interesting. Oh, and this white. You got these like nice little gel pens. You know, white gel pens. You can come back over the top of that and create a nice little white over the top. Give those whiskers. Same with this cat. Nice gel pens over the top. Come back in. These are both charcoal. This was a sheet that just couldn't be fucked. I started them off and I was like, fuck it. Did these little, these are all, next couple of ones are all 5 minutes sort of studies. These are 5-minute studies, and then these backgrounds are thrown in with some of those sticks of charcoal, which are cool. And then I came back over the top of them with some coloured pencils, which was interesting. I got a bit carried away, started adding colour to all of them. Yeah, these are all based on a couple of paintings that I was working from. Just all studies and stuff, nothing serious. Which is what a sketchbook should be. It should be just studies and nothing serious. Yeah, so all those ones you just saw, these are all for like 5 minutes, if that. A nice little cat one, again. Interesting. And then, yeah. And then just a dog, which I said I gave up on. And then that was it. I finished that just like the other day. So that's the 2017-2018 sort of sketchbook. Again, what you want to use a sketchbook for is not for finished works like that, but for actually studying things, doing things which you might normally do when you're working up proper drawings. So yeah, that's this little sketchbook done. That last half only took me less than a month and a half. So I think it was like, yeah, about there onwards. Where was it? So this last half, that was less than a month and a half, if that. Of just like drawing nearly every second day. So you can fill out one of these books really fucking quickly. They're not hard to do. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll probably be back with another sketchbook some other time. Remember, hit subscribe down the bottom there, and like this video, share it if you like it. That'd be great. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. I'll be back with another sketchbook sometime soon. Some more drawings, some more paintings. Follow my Instagram, follow my Facebook, and to see what I'm up to, see what I'm doing. You can always request commissions from me. You can always buy photos, drawings, paintings from me. Whatever you want. When you see it, just DM me. Be like, hey, can I buy this? Or hey, can I commission you something? I'm always up for that stuff, and I'll give you a fair price, and we'll talk about your ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You find your